I am so excited to make this quilt with you. It's gonna be so good. So this is my flag quilt this year, and I did it in Ava Kate. And what I love about it is it kind of has this interesting, like almost rustic denim look from far away, but then you get up close and you see all the floral patterns, and I love it so much. So I'm gonna make sure and take lots of pictures of it so you guys can see it on my Instagram feed at Karina Gardner, and otherwise here, let's see if I can hold it up for you guys. Isn't that so pretty? Super fast to sew together. Totally done in Ava Kate, which is crazy. It's not a traditional blue and red line by any means, but look how beautiful it turned out. So if you want the pattern for it, you can get it in my fabric VIP group. That's it's a totally free group, and you can get the pattern from there. So let's talk about what you need for this flag quilt. This is kind of untraditional since I'm doing it in Ava Kate, and it's not a traditionally red and blue line, but what I like about it is you are going to get a different, more boutique flag quilt out of this. So I'm actually excited to see what you guys do with this, whether you're doing it from Ava Kate or something else. I love traditional, but this is just kind of a different take. Okay, so you can get this pattern if you're part of my fabric VIP group. You can join that group by clicking on my profile or going to karinagardner.com and just click and join VIP. It's totally a free group. I send out patterns every Thursday just to help you sew with me. So go check that out. If for some reason you are watching this much later than when I originally put it out, do not worry. If you want this pattern, all my patterns come back around. So I usually send out bonuses. I do a 12 days of Christmas with extras. So if you're looking for a specific pattern, being on that group list is the thing that's gonna get you what you need, okay? All right, let's talk about what you need here. So we have, if you don't have the pattern, you just wanna get started with it, you can do it with these dimensions. So a 1.5 inch by 8.5 inch white rectangle. You need 12 of them. You need 24 of this 1.5 by 8.5 inch red rectangle. And then you need 12 of the red 1.5 by 8.5, oh sorry, this is 5.5, 1.5 by 5.5 inch rectangle. And you need 24 of the white, so it's 1.5 by 5.5 inch. So that's your main pieces for the flag, except for your block. This is a 3.5 inch block. You need 12 of them because we're gonna make 12 of this flag block, okay? Pretty easy. Now for sashing, you do need 8 4.5 by 6.5 inch sashing pieces. These are just rectangles, you can see. That's it. And then for these pieces, this is like, I cut them with the fabric. They're 4.5 inch by with the fabric, but you can also do 32.5. That's the length you really want it to be. So if you're trying to square it up as you go, 32.5 by 4.5 is what you want, okay? Or you can do with the fabric, that's fine. And then this is your border. Your border, you just need 2.5 inch by with the fabric, and you need 4 of those, okay? Pretty simple. Okay, let me show you how to lay this thing out, and then we're gonna sew one together. So you do need 2 of the reds that are very long. So these 1.5 by 8.5 inch. Okay, and then you are going to do 2 of these white 1.5 by 5.5 and 1 red, and then your 1 3.5 inch block, and that's it. Super simple, right? So you're gonna go ahead and sew together these, sew together this, and then you're gonna sew these 2 together, and then the top and the bottom. And that's it, pretty simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew all 12 of these together. So I have my blocks ready, and then I'll show you how to put it together with the sashing. Okay, I just want to show you, I finished all my flags. Aren't they so cute? Okay, so sashing, super easy. You're gonna lay these out in rows of 3. So you just need 2 sashing pieces between each, like this. If you want it to be super white, you totally could, or you could choose a cream color if you wanted. I am doing this blue because I just want it to feel like a blue and red quilt, okay? So I'm just gonna sew these together. You're gonna do 4 rows of these 3, and then once you're done with that, you're going to take your 4.5 inch by width of fabric, or I think it's like 32.5 or whatever, and you're gonna sew all those rows together, and then the border. Pretty easy, right? Like I don't even really have to show you guys that because it's just an easy put together at this point. So I'm just gonna put the rest of this quilt together and then show you how it turns out. All right, here is the finished quilt. Isn't it so pretty, you guys? Just like a little up close of it. It's just so fun. It's got such a, I don't know, a sweet feel to it. So who knew Ava Kate could work so well in a more traditional setting, but here it is. Make sure and subscribe to the channel if you want more fabulous videos and quilting tutorials, and I hope to see you soon.